People ask all the time, like how smart are these option market makers? And I do know a little bit about this, right? Because I was on an options trading desk for many years. And there is some anecdotal evidence that these guys are absolutely brilliant. And I'm going to share a story with you that's going to be really cool. It actually blew me away. I started thinking about it today and I was like, man, this could be a good lesson, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about is how accurately priced are options. Right now, look, we're not going to get into academic studies or anything like that. Okay. We're not going to be doing random walk theory or anything like that. But here's what I am going to tell you. I am going to tell you that a lot of these guys and girls, because there's a lot of girls now that are on the trading desk on Wall Street, they actually know so much and they think about things all day long. And I'm going to share a story with you. So, hey, I'm Luke Downey. It's another edition of Lessons with Luke. I like talking about investing. I like personal finance. Apparently, I like talking about this too. So remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's get into this. So how smart, right, are options market makers, right? You may have heard, whenever you look at where a call is priced for a stock or a put is priced, that it includes all of the available information that's out there. And it's actually true, right? All the market makers out there, those are the people, those are the places that are setting the prices for options. And they're, you got to think, what are they pricing in whenever they look? It's not just black shoals that they're looking at. They're also, understanding the stock, its volatility, how it moves, its liquidity, its borrow rates, all these types of things go into that options price, right? And so whenever you're looking at the screens, typically whenever you see tight option markets, right, they're not wide, right? They are priced by some of the smartest people out there. So I'm going to share a funny story with you. So when I first started on Wall Street, started at Cantor Fitzgerald, I was young, I was in shape, I was in my early 20s. I was so fired up. I was so excited for the opportunity to work on Wall Street. And, a lot of the other guys, they were older than I was, right? I was the young guy on the desk. And, I remember I had like these short sleeve shirts. So apparently on Fridays, years ago, you were able to wear, these types of like athletic shirts, whatever. I was in shape, not anymore. But the point is it got boring one day, right? And you've probably seen some of these stories where like crazy shenanigans happen where someone shaves their head on a Wall Street desk and people are betting and all that type of stuff. That stuff is absolutely true. So anyway, a big bet started with how many push-ups I could do in 10 minutes. And it was amazing because one guy just said, look, I think we should put this to a bet. And at the time, look, I didn't know how many push-ups I could do. I knew that, if I sat down, I could probably press out 50 of them, right? But how many could I do in 10 minutes? Well, the whole options desk came around. This is about 8 to 14 people, depending on what time it was. And they started pricing it up like it was an option. And so they started coming over and they started, trying to, they asked me, what is my weight? They asked me, how old am I? How much do I work out? One guy even came over and he started measuring my legs and I could hear him whispering. He was like, yeah, he's heavy in the leg. These are the things that they were putting into their brain models for how many push-ups that I could do in 10 minutes. Right. And they were pricing in decay. They were pricing in, like an option has time decay. They were like, Luke is going to decay, right? He can't, continue to push as many push-ups as he wants, all that type of stuff. The market was struck. It was amazing. The market was at 210 push-ups in 10 minutes. And honestly, I didn't know if I could hit it. I didn't know if I was going to be close. I didn't know whatever. But that was what the market was. And it was pretty much evenly split of guys and girls that were willing to believe. They bought 210s, right? They thought that I could do more than 210 push-ups. Then the other half said, you know what, I think he's not going to be able to do 210 push-ups. So they actually sold it, right? And a lot of money was trading hands. I mean, this was like early in the 2000s, this mid 2000s. People were making money, stuff was flying around. Definitely was some money put on this. But anyway, we started. And I start pressing it out, start pressing it out. And it just like as you can imagine, I'm not one that does push-up contests, but maybe I banged out 40, and I took a little bit of a break, and I did a couple more, and I did a couple more. Then I did a couple more. I had to break. I had to breathe. I had to catch my breath and everything. And you want to know where the push-ups stopped? They stopped right at 200. And I thought that that was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable that everybody had put all of their thoughts, their experience together, everything that they had ever thought about of how to price up a push-up contest. And you know what? Maybe they had done these push-up contests before. Maybe they had some of that knowledge, right? But the fact of the matter is they were within a few percentage points of where everything actually traded. I thought it was incredible. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I mean, they were within 5%, right? It blew me away. So anyway, that was the message for today, because oftentimes you can learn a lot about options. How many times do you see, at least, when I'm looking at options, where's that call actually priced at some point in the future? A lot of times the stock is going to end up at expiration right around those levels. Same thing with the put. Okay. There's no free lunch out there, and so I just thought that that was really, really powerful. These people are thinking about all types of things. They are thinking about dividends. They're thinking about earnings. They're thinking about positioning. They are thinking about all types of things. And I just thought it was totally interesting, because that is the same way they must have come and asked me 30 questions before they were willing to come up with what their market would be for how many push-ups I could do. So look, point is, if you want to know likely where a stock is going to go, likely at some point in time, check the options market. The most brilliant minds out there, they're probably going to be close to it. So that's your lesson for today. I will see you guys next week.